Y'all know that warm and fuzzy feeling you get when you have a crush on someone? You just wake up every morning looking forward to seeing this person at school or at work. And every moment you interact with them feels like heaven. And you just can't help but blush every time you exchange glances or every time you speak to this person. Well, that feeling isn't love or infatuation or attraction. That feeling is what we call mental retard. Having a crush on someone is basically having a free trial on mental illness, because for the duration of the crush, you're basically at the mercy of your person of interest. The quality of your happiness will be determined by the quality of your interactions with them. If this person smiles at you or even touches you, you could melt right there and then. And having a crush is very different from being attracted to someone. Attraction is very primal. It's very straightforward. I think you're fine as fuck and I want you. Simple as that. A crush, on the other hand, is a little bit more convoluted. It goes deeper than just physical or sexual attraction. You're attracted to how they speak, how they think, how they laugh, how they smile, how they feel, how they are. You are attracted to their entire being. Isn't that crazy? Now, I've had a lot of crushes in my life, but the last time I had a crush on a girl, I almost died. Okay, I'm joking. But the last time I had a crush on a girl was a couple of years ago when I was still working retail at this one store for a minute. And at this store, there was this girl who worked as a picker. Let's call her Butelo for the rest of the story. Butelo was probably the baddest chick to ever set foot in that store. She was this slender, light-skinned girl and bekahleza faka ma weave. And her face card, yo. She had a proper face card, weeknd. God damn. Bekabukeka leyo ngane. Shit. Anyway, I was still new to the store that we were working at. And soon her and I got familiar. And eventually, we got friendly with each other. Obviously, I knew Uguti, hey man, this girl is bad as fuck. But I told myself, Uguti, hey baba, you are here to run up a bag and get the fuck out. Focus on the paper, focus on the bag, and go home. That mindset did not last long, however. Cause she was a pretty girl, Munna. And obviously, as a bro, I was gonna try and flirt with her. This one time during our lunch break, we ended up chilling together. And then we ended up going through her phone. And then she ended up showing me something very interesting on her phone. God damn, I knew she was fine as fuck, but I didn't know she was built like that. God damn. Cause I mean, we're still at work and she was obviously in work uniform half the time. But god damn. I mean, this one time I did pick her up over my shoulder in the stock room and I spanked her. Hey, wait, listen, Maila. It was consensual and she was giggling and shit. What I wanted to say is that when I spanked her, that shit damn near spanked me back. Yes, sis. And this was the beginning of my crush on Ubotilo. Every time I used to see her on the floor, she'd wink at me and she'd always come to me looking for certain items that she couldn't find. And I would melt with every interaction I had with her. I couldn't even spit proper game on her, dog. But during that time, she ended up moving not too far from where we worked. And this one time I asked her, so when are we making time for each other, Butilo? And we were both off on the same day the next day. So she said, you can come over. So she said I could come over to her crib the next day. Also, I'm pretty sure this girl had a boyfriend throughout this whole saga. But shit, I didn't give a fuck. So on the day of, I was expecting her to give me a heads up on when I can come over. But she never did. And I never hit her up to confirm, cause I thought I was playing it cool. I wasn't trying to be desperate on some, where you at? Are we still on? Are we still linking? And now I had shit to do that day. So I just ran my errands for the rest of the day. The next day she comes to me on some, I thought we were supposed to link yesterday. What happened? And that's when I knew I fucked up. She was like, you didn't even say anything. And I was like, girl, you didn't even say anything. And then I tried to reschedule with her a couple of times after that. But our schedules were no longer in sync. When I was working, she was off. When she was off, I was working. I missed the perfect window of opportunity. Then, this one time I was on my way home and I saw her walking home too, and I wanted to catch up to her. Then, out of nowhere, this other bro approached her and she gave him her number. And after seeing that shit live jive, I ain't fooling anymore. How embarrassing. In fact, shorty wasn't even my girl, like say. I had no right to feel some type of way about it. Mara awa, that didn't make it sting any less. I was low-key crushed by my crush. So after that, ngamyeka girl. She was a nice girl and all, and we still kept it friendly. But I saw Gucci there was no use pursuing Lengane anymore. And not long after that, I ended up leaving that job. And I didn't even say my goodbyes. I just dipped, and that was that. So, moral of the story. There's nothing more embarrassing than having a crush on someone, and crushes are for virgins who over-romanticize everything.
You need to leave!
Okay. Moral of the story is that sometimes the feeling of wanting something is stronger than the feeling of having something. And all a crush is just your infatuation with the idea of someone. You may think that they might be all you want in theory, but in reality, they might just be as flawed as you. Maybe a crush is only a nice thing to have from a distance, never when you actually act on it.